Hi folks, Dave with DBSTechTalk, and I'm going to do a very quick comparison between the Aune stack and the monoprice Monolith THX AAA 788. Not going to really talk about design and build quality. They're both built very well, extremely solid. Both look really nice on your desk. The Aune is separate DAC and amps, and the Monolith is obviously a DAC and an amp integrated together. The Monolith has a whole lot more inputs, and outputs are about the same. But other than that, what's the differences? And as someone who used the Aune stack religiously for a long time and actually reviewed headphones with it and now has changed over to the Monolith, what is the experience and what are the differences I've noticed? First of all, the Aune stack, the Aune X1s and the X7s. The X1s is a DAC amp, and the DAC is decent, can do 32-bit, can do DSD, is very capable, and the sound that it portrays is a slightly warmer tilted sound, has decent sonic capabilities. The dynamics are okay. Does have a little bit of a noisy background, and it's not an extremely clean sound, but it is a good sound. But it does warm up the sound from the recording, so it is not natural to the true recording. The amp part is a little lacking. It is only single-ended, and it is a little underpowered. If you're using low-powered required headphones, it'll do fine. If you start to put some more higher demanding stuff in, it'll struggle a little bit and really start to distort and clip. The X7s is only an amp only. It has quite a bit more power than the X1s, and it also is a lot cleaner. Clear. Whoop, sorry, I didn't mean to kick my camera. It's a lot cleaner and clear. It does have a better background, and it still has that warmer tilt. Even if you don't have the X1s plugged into it as a DAC like I do, if you plug in a Shelly Enoch 2 Pro or the Monolith or a Music Hall or a Audio GD, anything of that sort, you will always still get a little bit of a warmer tilt on it, on the sound. It does color the sound a little bit. Different DACs do change certain aspects of it as far as the dynamics and all of that, but you get a good sound, but it is a warmer sound. It just has a way of presenting itself in a user-friendly, ear-friendly sound. You're not going to get anything sharp. You're not going to get anything sibilant unless it's in the recording and you have your volume really high, or you're underpowering some headphones. Overall, it's a good stack. I highly recommend it, but it is not a true, pure sound. It has a warmer side to it. The Monolith. If you go from the Aune to the Monolith, what do you get? You get a very clean and clear background, probably the darkest background I've ever heard. I mean, you can crank the volume audio up, you don't get any hiss. And doesn't matter what headphones you have plugged in, whether they're sensitive IEMs or hard to drive over ears, and the sound is just dark, black background. There is absolutely no sound, noise. The sound itself that it portrays is very analytical, very clean, and very pure to the recording. There is no colorization whatsoever. But it does it in a way that it's not sharp, sibilant, or fatiguing. Like I had the topping D30 and the A30 amp, and that setup at times could be a little bit on the sharper side, even though it was a clean amp or a clean DAC, and it was very analytical. At times it could be not user friendly. The Monolith with the THX technology in it kind of smooths that out. It doesn't color the sound, it just kind of makes everything sound smooth and buttery the way that it would be in the real world. It's a tremendous step up from the Aune. Hi, kitty. The difference sonically and dynamically is truly amazing, and the bass, the mids, and the treble are all separate. You do not get anything running in together. You do not get anything warmed up. They're all very linear. They extend out extremely well, and it just portrays every headphone, no matter which headphone you use, in a way that is just effortless for me. I do not have any headphone that does not sound good on the Monolith. Take it down to the Aune, and there are some that you're kind of like, oh, that warms it up a little too much, or oof, distorts, doesn't have enough power, doesn't have that. Do not have that issue with the Monolith. If you take the Monolith DAC and you put it into other amplifiers, you get that same thing. You get, unless the amp is coloring it like the Aune, you get that clean, clear, precise sound. That's the difference. The amp is more powerful, and the DAC is cleaner and clearer, and just has a pure sound to it. Plus, you get balanced ins, and you have balanced out, true balanced connection. Whereas with the Aune X1s, it comes in single-ended, does some circuitry stuff, and then sends it back out balanced. So there are some differences on it. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Did I make the wise choice when I upgraded? Absolutely. I do not have any regrets, and I'm very glad for that. Making that purchase is the best purchase I've ever made when it came to a DAC and an amp. Is it end game? For me, currently it is. And I can see why most people would say the Monolith is end game. The Aune is a good step in the right direction. And if you don't like that analytical, clean, clear sound, then the Aune would probably be a good place, because it gives that little warmer tilt to it. All kind of depends on what you like and what you prefer. But overall details, dynamics, overall purity of sound, the Monolith is better. This has been Dave with DBS Tech Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.